Hello guys, today we are going to build this amazing social applications. Here we can search our friends. Now here we can write our content, we can post content, and I can like this, I can add comment. Let's add this is cool, and if I post this, you can see here this is our comment. And yeah, so we have our notifications, and if we have more notifications we can scroll this, and here we can scroll this explore part. Here we can see our friends post and other people's popular post. You can see here we have this amazing profile page. Here we have user details, yeah, his friends, and yeah, so this is our friend request, and this is suggested friends. So yeah, so this is amazing application. So this is our design part, and our next upcoming part I will just build a API for this applications, and in the next series I will connect front end and back end. So yeah, so this is the cool applications. So let's go and try to build our project. So in order to start our project we need to write yarn create react app, and our app name will be social. So wait for a second, it just installs some of the packages within the second. So let's copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so let's start our project. Wait for a second. Yeah, so now it's completely start our project. So let's go in our code. So here what I'm going to do is, so first what I'm going to do is let's go here and add our, sorry for that, let's rename this and write POYANENT component. And next I need our page, so write page, and in our page let's create our home, and inside this home let's write a home.js and home.css refc. Let's save this and let's import. So let's import our home.css, and let's go in our component and let's create our Navbar, and let's write a navbar.js and write a navbar.css. Oh, sorry for that. So let's write refc and let's import our navbar css, import navbar.css. Let's save this and let's give it a class name and write a main navbar. Let's save this. Let's remove this, and inside this div what I'm going to do is, first I will create a 3 div. First div for our logo, second div for our search, and third div for our some of the icons or profile icons or all of this thing. So in our first div let's add a p tag and let's write a logo name, so our app's name is social. So in our second div I'm going to add one div and let's write our input and write image img. So I will add some of the image later. Right now let's go in our third div, and in our third div what I'm going to do is, we need a notifications icon first. So first I'm going to add our image, and the second also we need image, and third let's add one div and we need image, and let's write our profile page, profile name. Okay, so our profile name will be small. So yeah, so now what I'm going to do is, in our component let's write images, and inside this images I'm going to import our image. So these are our image, so let's import our image search icon from, oh sorry for that, image slash, let's go in our images and let's find our search icon. This is our search png, and I'm going to paste it here. Let's copy this. So this is my image. So let's go in our, oh sorry for that, let's go in our app.js, and from here I'm going to delete these, and now let's import our home page. Let's go in our home page and let's import our navbar. Okay, so I got an error because of our image, so let's go in our navbar and let's remove this yes, and now it worked absolutely fine. Let's go in our app.js again, and I'm going to delete this logo. Yeah, so everything is done. So let's go back. Okay, so I got this image and our social apps name, and yeah, so we got all of this thing. So let's go in our navbar, and here what I'm going to do is let's import our notification icon. So import notification from image slash, let's find the notifications icon, which is maybe bell icon. Yeah, and let's import our message icon. Yeah, message from image slash, this is a message png, and let's copy these notifications, and I'm going to paste it here. So let's copy this message, and I'm going to paste it here. So let's import our profile image. So let's import profile image from image slash, so where is our profile image? Yeah, so here is our profile png. So let's copy this profile image, and I'm going to paste it here. So let's save this and let's go back. Okay, so we got everything, but it just looked like a zigzag, so we need to style this. So let's go back. So first let's give a class name. So this class name will be icons, and I'm going to copy these icons, and let's go here and here. So let's give it a class name. Sorry for that. Class name will be profile image. So let's save this. So let's give it a class name, and our class name will be search input container, and let's give it a class name, and our class name will be icons container, and let's give it a class name. So our class name will be logo container. So let's save this. So let's copy these icons first. Let's go in our css. So let's give it width. Width will be, right now I'm going to add our 20 pixel, and our height will be 20 pixel. So let's go back. Yeah, so let's go in our navbar and let's copy this profile image. Let's go in our css and let's write width. Width will be maybe 30 pixel, and our height will be 30 pixel. So let's save this. Yeah, so let's write a border radius. Border radius will be 50%. Yeah, so let's go to navbar, and again I'm going to copy this search input container, and here let's add a display will be flex, and our align item will be center. Let's copy this icon container. Before that, what I'm going to do is let's add a style. So rather than writing class name or doing all of these things, I'm directly try to write a style here. So let's write it. Display will be flex. Align items will be center. So yeah, so let's go back in our navbar.css. Oh, sorry for that. Let's copy this icon container and let's go back. Let's add a display will be flex. Align items will be center. So let's go back. Okay, so let's copy this main navbar. So let's write our display will be flex. Yeah, so now let's give it a width will be maybe 80%, and let's write a margin will be auto. Yeah, so let's copy this logo container. So let's give it a flex will be 0.2, and let's go in our search container and let's add a flex will be 4, and here let's add a flex will be 0.2. So instead of 80, I'm going to add 100, and let's write a justify content will be space between. So let's go back. Yeah, so it's look pretty cool now. So let's go in our Navbar, and here in our icons, okay, so maybe we need to add another class name for our search icon. So let's write a search icon, copy this, and I'm going to give it a style here. So our width will be 20 pixel and our height will be 20 pixel. So let's write a margin left which is 20 pixel. Yeah, so let's go in our profile image, and I'm going to add a margin left here again, and margin left will be 20 pixel again. So let's go in our p tag, and here I'm going to style. So here I'm going to add a style. So let's write a margin left will be 10 pixel maybe. So we don't need 10 pixel, maybe 5 pixel would be enough. So let's write a 5 pixel. So yeah, so 5 pixel would be enough. So let's give it a background color. So background color will be white. So let's go to Navbar, and in our input let's give it a class name. Class name will be search input. Let's give it a width will be 70%. Okay, so nothing happened. So what I'm going to do is rather than percent, I'm going to add a PC. So maybe a 50 PC. I mean 50, not 5. Okay, 50 PC would be more for this. So let's decrease this and make it 30. Or maybe we need 27. Yeah, so 27 would be enough. So let's go back again, and here I'm going to add a margin top 10 pixel. So let's give it a background color here. So you can see here this is our background color. So let's write our margin, padding. So padding will be 10 pixel. So let's remove this margin top because I don't think we need this. Or maybe we need a margin top 4. Yeah, so let's go in our search here and add a border will be none. And let's go in our search input, and here I'm going to add a placeholder. Search your friends. Let's add a padding which is 4 pixel. So let's write a border radius which is 10 pixel. And let's go in our search input container, and instead of 10 I'm going to add a 5. So let's write a border radius which is maybe 10 pixel. So let's go back and let's give it a background color. So our background color will be, so this is our background color. Okay, so maybe I need to change this background color and make it a little bit darker. Yeah, so let's copy this background color and I'm going to paste the same background color here. Maybe we need to change this background color a little bit. So let's copy this again and I'm going to paste it here. So yeah, so this is our color code. So maybe we need to increase our width because it feels like it's look a little bit smaller, so I need this a little bit bigger. So for that, what I'm going to do is, instead of 27 I'm going to add 33. So instead of flex 2.0.2 I'm going to add 0.22. Yeah, so now it's look perfect. So our navbar was finished. So now what I'm going to do is, let's go and create our another container. So let's add a p tag and write just random text, and let's give it a class name. Our class name will be home, and let's copy this and I'm going to paste this here, and let's give it a background color. So background color will be this color code. So let's give it a height. Right now I'm going to add a height which is 100 VH. So later we need to change this, but right now 100 VH would be enough. So let's go in our navbar again, navbar.css, and here what I'm going to do is, let's write a border bottom left radius which is 10 pixel. So you can see here this border radius. So this border radius makes our navbar a little bit beautiful. So I'm going to do the same thing for our right side. So let's copy this and paste it here, and instead of left I'm going to add our right. So maybe not 10 but maybe 12 or 13. Yeah, so now it's look pretty cool. So maybe we need to add a margin top for our search input container. So instead of maybe 4 I'm going to add 8, and now it's look maybe 9. Yeah, so now it's look perfect. Yeah, so we can search this. Yeah, so let's go back in our home page, and in our home page let's delete this. Let's add one div, and inside this div what I'm going to do is I will just create another 3 component. So our first component would be our main post container, and let's write a right side container. Oh, sorry for that. We need a folder. Again, let's go back and write a right side container, and let's write a left side container. Okay, so let's write a left side container. So let's go in our left side container, and here I'm going to add a left bar dot js and left bar dot css. Let's write rfc, and let's go in our right side container, and let's write a right side right bar dot js, and let's write a right bar dot css. Let's write a refc. What I'm going to do is, so again I'm going to create a content post container, and here let's write a content post dot js, content post dot css. So let's write refc. Let's import our css, then content post dot css. So let's go in our left side and import our css. Left bar dot css. We need this slash. So let's go in our home page, and here I'm going to import our left bar. Yeah, so let's import our main post container, but before that we need to create our main post dot js and main post dot css. So let's write refc. Let's import main post dot css. Let's go back in our home, and let's import our main post, and let's write a right bar. Let's save this. Okay, so maybe I got some of the problem here. Oh, sorry for that, because I just add chaos rather than js. Because of this I got this problem. Again, the hell, I just write a j not k. Let's remove this, and again so let's go back and let's import our main post. Import main post from component slash main post slash main post. Yeah, so everything is done here. So let's go back again. What I'm going to do is, let's give it a width. So Let's give it a class name. So class name will be component container, and let's go in our CSS. Here I'm going to add width will be 80%. So let's write a margin will be auto, and our display will be flex. So let's go in our home JS. Where is our home? Yeah, again let's go in our home.css, and let's write a justify content will be space between. Yeah, so this is our 3 container. So let's go in our left side and try to style our left bar. Okay, so let's give it a class name. Class name will be left bar, and let's give it a width first. Let's give it a width will be maybe 30%, I don't know, and our height will be 30 vh, and let's give it a background color which is white. Yeah, so let's give it a margin top. Margin top will be 10 pixel or 20 pixel. Yeah, so maybe height will be 50 or 60. Yeah, 60 would be enough. So instead of 30 I'm going to add 27. Yeah, so let's write a border radius which is 10 pixel or maybe 20 pixel. Let's increase this and give it a 25. Yeah, so let's go in our left bar, and here I'm going to add one div, and inside this div what I'm going to do is let's add a p tag, and I'm going to add another p tag, and let's write a notifications, and let's write a see all. So let's give it a display will be flex. So let's write it as justify content will be content space around. Yeah, so let's give it a style. So our color will be has a this is our color code for this text. Yeah, so now after that what I'm going to do is I did some mistake here, so let's add one div and let's cover this, and let's format this code. And let's give it a class name. So our class name will be left notifications container. Let's copy this and let's go in our left bar.css, and let's give it 100%. Okay, so instead of 100% I'm going to add a 18 pc. Yeah, so let's go back here and let's copy this sidebar. Let's give it a flex 1, and let's go in our right bar and let's give it a class name. Right bar. Okay, so let's import our css. Right bar.css. Our flex will be 1. Let's go in our main container. So let's give it a class name. So our class name will be main container, main post container. Let's give it a flex will be free. Yeah, so everything is done here. So again, let's go now home and left bar. So in our left bar, let's add our one div, and inside this div I'm going to add one img image, and our username will be madan. So let's import our image img from image class profile.png. Okay, so let's give it a class name. So our class name will be notification img. Let's go in our css. Let's give it width will be 20 pixel. What the hell, 20 pixel. So height will be 30, maybe 30 pixel, or maybe 50. Okay, we don't need a 50, 40 and 40. So let's write a border radius which is 50%. So let's go in our left JS, and here let's give it a style. So our display will be flex, our align items will be center. Let's give it a style, and let's write a margin left which is 10 pixel. So maybe we don't need 40, so we can add a 30. Let's write a margin left we just delete this name. Let's write this name madan, and like your post, let's save this. So what I'm going to do is let's add our color will be this. So let's write a font size 11, or maybe 12, 13. Yeah, so 13 would be enough. So let's write one image, and I'm going to use the same image here. So let's give it a class name will be like image. Let's give it width will be 50 pixel. Our height will be 50 pixel. Let's write a margin left will be 10 pixel, or maybe 40 pixel, or 43 pixel. So let's make it 40. So let's write a border radius which is 3 pixel, or maybe we can decrease this image more, and let's increase this profile image. Let's go in our navbar again, left bar again, and I'm going to copy this and paste it here. So what I'm going to do is, let's change this image and so on. START started to FOLLOW following you. So let's go here and let's write a text align will be start. So let's give it a width. Width will be, oh, sorry for that, width will be 120 pixel, and I'm going to do the same thing for all post. So what I'm going to do is, let's go in our notifications container. Let's go in our notifications container and let's write overflow will be hidden. Yeah. So now it's look pretty cool. Scroll. So now it's scroll. Okay, now it's look pretty cool now. We can also so if we have all less notifications, I'll just show you, wait a minute. If we have a less notifications, we cannot scroll this. So, and if we have more notifications, we can scroll this. So it makes our applications more cool and more featureful. And if we got this kind of notifications, so we need to change this image shape. So for that, what I'm going to do is, following user image, copy this, and let's give it a width. Width will be 20 pixel, or maybe 40 pixel. Let's give it a height 40 pixel. Let's write a border radius which is 50%. Let's write a margin left which is 10 pixel maybe, or maybe 20 pixel or 30 pixel. Yeah, so 30 pixel. So I'm going to add 45 rather than 40. So let's go back and let's change some of the image. And let's change this text. Let's go in our sidebar again, and instead of left side or 30, I'm gonna add 35 or 40. Yeah, now it's look pretty cool. So let's go back in our left bar, and here I'm gonna add margin top 3, I'm going to copy this and paste it everywhere. Maybe 10. Now I'm going to copy this. Sorry for that. Now I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Yeah, so now let's go in our home. Where is our home? Let's go in our home.css and let's delete this 100 vh. Yeah, so now everything is done. So let's change this notifications text or this post. Okay, so let's go in our left bar again, and here let's write our explore explores explore and see all, and let's delete these items. And after that, what I'm going to do is let's add one div, and inside this div I'm going to add our image. So I'm going to use the same image here again. Let's write image. So let's give it a class name and explore images or image. So explore image, and let's go in our left bar and let's give it a style. So our width will be 40 pixel, or maybe we need 100 pixel. 100 pixel. Let's write a object fit will be cover, and let's go in our left bar again. Let's copy this and paste it here. Let's go in our left bar, and here I'm going to decrease this width and make it 90 or 86. Let's give it a margin left, which is 4 pixel. Maybe we don't need a 200, or so 190 or 150. Yeah, 150 would be enough. Let's write a border radius 10 pixel, or maybe 7 pixel. Let's give it a margin top 10 pixel, 6 pixel. Yeah, so let's write a 4. So let's go in our left bar. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is let's go in our explore and let's give it a style. So I'm going to write a margin left, which is minus 10 pixel. Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing for our see all. So let's write a margin left, which is 30 pixel, or maybe 40 pixel. Yeah, so 40 pixel would be enough. So I'm going to do the same thing for our notification. So let's go here and let's write a margin left, which is 14 pixel, minus 14 pixel, not a 14 pixel. And I'm going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do the same thing for our see all. So let's write a 40 pixel. Yeah, so everything is done here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just change this images. So let's do this. So let's import our image. So let's import, sorry for that, let's import image1 from image slash image1 and let's import our img image2 from image slash image2, and let's import this. Let's copy this and paste it here, and instead of oh, let's change this, and instead of 1 I'm going to add 3 and 4, and let's copy this again and paste it here, and instead of 3 let's add 5 and 6. Let's go here and change this, instead of 3 I'm going to add 5 or 6. So let's copy this. Let's write our image1, image1, image2, image3, image4, image5, and image6. Let's delete this image. And yeah, so now it's look pretty cool. So what I'm going to do is I will just change this image for this notifications tool and makes it a little bit beautiful. So let's write image1, image2, image3, image4, image5, and image6, image3, image6, image2. So let's go back, and yeah, so now it's look pretty cool. Yeah, so everything is done for our left side. So what I'm going to do is I'll just try to make our right side container or right bar container. Okay, so let's go in our code editor and let's go to our home.js, and in our home.js let's go and let's delete this right bar, and here I'm going to add one div. So now what I'm going to do is this is our first div, and inside this div what I'm going to do is let's give it a class name. So our class name will be right container, and let's copy this. Let's go in our right bar .css, and here what I'm going to do is let's before that what I'm going, yeah, so I already add a flex one, so let's add width will be 25 pc, and our height will be 40 pixel. Let's give it a background color, so background color will be white. So let's go back. Okay, so we got this. So instead of pixel, what I'm going to do is I will just add a vh. Okay, so let's give it a margin top. Margin top will be 10 pixel or 20 pixel, not 10 pixel. Yeah, so 20 pixel. So maybe width, we need to decrease this width and make it 20 pc. Yeah, so maybe 20 pc would be enough. So height will be, yeah, that much of height would be enough. So let's give it a border radius. Border radius would be 15 pixel. Yeah. So now what I'm going to do is let's go in our right bar, and here I'm going to add one div, and inside this div I'm going to add our image and another div, and inside this div I'm going to add p tag, and again I'm going to add p tag. So let's so let's import our image. Import adds from image slash add jpj. Sorry for that. Oh yeah, so let's copy this add, and I'm going to paste it here. Oh, sorry for that. ADS adds here. So yeah, so we got this big chunk of image. Go back and let's give it a class name. So our class name will be adds image img, and let's copy this And let's go in our right part.css, and here I'm going to give it a width will be 60 pixel, 160 pixel, maybe 160 pixel. I don't know that would be enough or not, or yeah, so 130 would be enough. So let's go in our right bar and in our p tag, so let's write code dummy, and again let's write a by code dummy course. So now let's go here and write a ads ads container. Let's go back, and here let's write a display will be flex, align item will be center. Let's go back, and in our p tag what I'm going to do is let's give it a style. So let's write a text align align will be star, and let's write margin left would be 10 pixel, and let's I'm going to copy this style, and I will just paste it here, and let's give it a font size. So our font size will be 10 pixel, maybe, I don't know. Yeah, so 10 or 12 pixel, yeah, 12 pixel would be enough. So let's add a margin top would be 10 pixel or minus 10 pixel. So let's write margin top would be a 0, and I'm going to do the same thing here. So let's write a margin top would be minus 20 pixel, maybe. So let's go here and add minus 10, sorry for that, minus 10 or minus 20, or maybe we don't need a 10 here, we need a 10, I mean 20, we need maybe a 16. Yeah, so let's go back in our CSS, and here I'm going to add a margin left which is 10 pixel, margin top which is 10 pixel again, and let's write a padding which is 10 pixel. Yeah, so let's go back, and here I'm going to paste it again and again. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I will just change down this image. So let's import image1 from image1.jpg. Let's give it a height which is 80 pixel, and let's write object fit will be cover. So let's go back, and I'm going to import another image. Import image2 from image2.jpg. So yeah, so maybe I need to change this image, and I should add another image. So let's change this into 3 and 3, and let's add 1. Yeah, so now everything is done. Everything is look pretty cool. So maybe, yeah, so yeah, everything is done here. Or maybe I need to add a margin top. So let's go back. Or I don't need to add, yeah. So yeah, so everything is done for this. So what I'm going to do is, so let's format this code. Let's copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Sorry for that. Again, let's copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Let's go in our, okay, so I didn't get anything here, so maybe I didn't save, or yeah, so I got this. So what I'm gonna do is, let's delete this code. Let's, yeah, so now what I'm gonna do is the right side container 2. So let's copy this and let's write height will be 60. Let's go back and save this. Now, yeah, so our height will be 60 would be enough for this container. So inside this container, what I'm going to do is, let's add one p tag. So let's write SUGG est is suggested for you, and let's add one div. And inside this div, what I'm going to do is, I will add another div, and inside this div, let's add our image and our p tag. And in our p tag, what I'm going to do is, let's write our username, which is Suman. So what I'm going to do is, let's write our image. So I just use this image. So let's give it, oh sorry for that. So let's give it a class name. So our class name will be profile image. Let's go here and let's write width. Width will be 40 pixel. Height will be 40 pixel. Border radius, which is 50%. Let's go back. So maybe I need to add another div. So let's add one div again, and I'm going to wrap this div here. Let's format this code. And I'm going to add another div, and inside this div I'm going to add our image, and let's add another image. So let's import our image. Import add friends from, oh sorry for that, image slash, this is our image name, and let's copy this add friends, and I'm going to paste it here. And now let's save this and let's go back. Yeah, so I got this icon, but this icon is too big, so I need to resize this. So let's go here and give it a class name. So our class name will be add friend friend. Let's copy this, and I'm going to add our width will be 30 pixel, height will be 30 pixel, Or yeah, so let's save this. And yeah, so we got this. So let's go back in our code editor, and now let's go here and give it a display will be flex, and alig and align items will be center. Yeah, so let's give it a margin left, which is our 10 pixel. So let's go in our profile image again, profile image, and let's write our margin left, which is our 10 pixel. 10 pixel. Yeah, so now let's go back, and here let's give it a style. So our display will be flex, align items will be sorry for that, align items will be center. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is let's write a justify content. Justify content will be space between. Save this and let's go here. And what I'm going to do is I feel like this, icon is too big, so what I'm going to do is I'll just decrease this. And let's make it a 20 and 20. Yeah, so let's go in our add friend, and let's write a margin right, which is a 10 pixel. Yeah, so let's give it a style, and let's give it a background color will be, right now I'm gonna get a black color. Okay, so I got this color. This color, I just add this color because I want to test it out, it just work or not. So right now it worked, so let's go back again and add another color. Maybe this AAA color would be good for this. Yeah, so let's write a padding, which is our 10 pixel, and let's delete this margin right now. Let's write here, so let's write a margin right will be 10, or maybe 13. So let's write a border radius 50%. I don't know why, but I just got this error. So what I'm going to do is, to solve this issue, I'm going to delete this one, one image and this text. Let's delete this, and let's go back, and instead of 40, instead of height 40, I'm going to add a 30. Yeah, let's add one p tag again, and let's write just UGG EST suggested for you. Okay, so let's add one div, and inside this div I'm going to wrap this to text. So let's format this code. So let's write a text line will be is star, and I'm going to do the same thing for our the suggested text. So let's write our margin top, which is 10 pixel. So let's write a front size, which is 11 pixel. Yeah, so let's write a color for this. So color will be AAA color. Yeah, So now what I'm going to do is let's go in our suggested image and let's add h6 or h3. Yeah, so h3 would be enough. So let's give it a style, and so text align will be start. Let's write a margin left which is 10 pixel. So now what I'm going to do, let's incubate a margin top which is our 10 pixel or minus 10 pixel. Let's copy this and paste it here. Yeah, so now it's worked. So let's change this name and add a dan soak, and let's write a summon, and let's write yeah, OWED followed by summon k summon u. So let's change our profile image. So I'm going to copy this again and paste it here. So let's paste 3 or 4 or 5 times. So let's go back in our code editor and let's import some of the images. So let's import some of the images from here. Let's copy this to image, and I'm going to change this image name. Instead of image1, I'm going to add a 3 or 4, and let's add a 4. Maybe I already use our image 3, so what I'm going to do is let's add image 5, and let's write image 5 and image 6, and let's write image 7 and write image. Okay, so let's use image 5 and image 4, image 6, image 7, and yeah, so these are our images. So let's change this name, James O, and let's change it and make it a Kazi, and let's write a Madan, and let's write a Elon Musk. So maybe now everything is done here too. So I need to add a cursor pointer here. So let's go in our code editor, and here I'm going to add a cursor will be pointer. Let's copy this and I'm going to paste here, here, yeah. So everything's done here. So let's go in our main post. So in our main post, let's delete this main post and import our content upload. Let's go in our content post, and now it worked absolutely fine. So let's try to give it a style or try to code. So Now let's remove this content post, and inside this what I'm going to do is let's write one div. So inside this div what I'm going to do is let's first let's oh sorry for that. So let's give it a class name. Our class name will be content upload container. Let's save this, and now let's give it a width. Width will be 100% maybe, and let's give it a background color. Background color will be white. Let's give it a height. Height will be 10 vh. Okay, so I got this. So maybe we don't need 100%, so let's add 80% or 88%. So let's write a margin will be auto. So now instead of 88 I'm going to increase it and make it 90% or 94%. Yeah, so let's write a margin top which is 20 pixel. Yeah, so let's give it a border border radius border radius would be 10 pixel. Yeah, so let's go back in our content post, and here I'm going to add our div, and inside this div I'm going to add our image img, and let's add our input. So let's give it a class name for our input. So our class name will be content writing part. So now what I'm going to do is let's go back in our css, and I'm going to paste this class name, and let's but before that what I'm going to do is let's import our profile image from our image. So let's write a profile dot png. Let's copy this and paste it here. So we got this image, but this image is too big, so we need to resize this. So in order to resize this, what I'm going to do is let's give it a class name again. So our class name will be profile image. Let's go back in our css. Let's give it a width. Width will be 30 pixel, and our height will be 30 pixel. Or maybe 40 pixel. Let's write a border radius 50%. So what I'm going to do is let's write our style. So rather than writing class name, I just directly try to write our style here. So let's write display will be flex, and our align align items will be center. And let's go in our content css, and here let's give it a width. Width will be 30 pc, or maybe 25 pc. Let's give it a margin left. Margin left would be 10 pixel maybe, or 20 pixel. Let's no, 10 pixel would be enough. So let's go in our profile image, and let's write a margin left 10 pixel. Let's write a padding which is 10. Yeah, let's go here and give it a height will be 20 vh. Okay, so I got a problem because of this. Maybe 29, yeah, 29 pc. So let's go to our profile, and let's write a margin top would be 10 pixel, 0 pixel error. So let's write a margin top minus 30 pixel, or maybe 35 pixel or 40 pixel. Yeah, so let's write a margin top which is 5 pixel. So let's write a placeholder write your real THOUGSD, write your real thought. Let's give it height. Height will be 4 pixel. I mean 4 VH, not a pixel. Yeah, so let's write a border will be none. Yeah, so we can write our post here. Let's refresh this. So now let's write one div, and inside this div I'm going to get our image. So I need 3 or 4 images. So let's write 3 images. So let's import our image icon from image slash. So this is my image icon. So let's import another image. And let's import an image. So this is our video icon from so let's copy this image icon, and I'm going to paste this here and here, and let's copy this emoji icon, and let's paste this here, and let's copy this video icon, and I'm going to paste this here. Okay, so I got this big image. So now what I'm going to do is, so let's give it a class name. So our class name will be icons. Let's copy this icon, and I'm going to paste it here. Let's copy this, and let's give it a width will be 30 pixel, height will be 30 pixel. Let's go here. So maybe 30 pixel is more for this, so let's add 20 pixel or 25 pixel, I don't know. So let's see first. 24 pixel. Yeah, so now let's go here and give it a style. So our display will be flex, and let's write a margin left 10 pixel, and let's write a margin left which is 20 pixel. Let's write a margin top will be 40 pixel or 45 pixel or 49 pixel. Yeah, 49 pixel would be enough. So now we need to add a post button here. So now what I'm going to do is, maybe I need to add another div here, and let's format this code. So now let's add one button, and let's write our post. Now let's give it a style. Let's give it a margin left which is maybe 50 pixel or 100 or 200 350 pixel. So let's write a padding left. Padding left will be 10 pixel. Let's write a padding right, which is maybe 20 pixel. Let's write a padding top, which is 20 pixel again. I mean, we don't need 20 or 10, but maybe 6. And let's add a padding view, and bottom will be 6. Or maybe we need to add, oh sorry for that, so maybe we need to add 30 and 30. Okay, so We cannot use 30. Let's write a border will be none, and our background color will be black. Our color will be white, and let's write a border radius. Border radius will be 10 pixel. I wouldn't need it, maybe we don't need 10. We can also add a 6 pixel. So it's feel like now everything is done. So maybe I need to add a cursor will be pointer. So let's write a cursor pointer. Yeah, so everything is done for our content upload part. Okay, so now let's working towards our post container. Okay, so let's working towards our main post container, and let's write a post container and post.js, post.css. Let's write rfc. Let's import post.css. So let's go in our main post, and here I'm going to add our post. Let's save this, and yeah, so we got this post. Now let's go in our post. So let's give it a class name and write a post container. And here what I'm going to do is let's write one div, and let's give it a class name and write a sub post container. Let's save this. And here what I'm going to do is copy this and paste it here, and let's give it a width will be 90%, and our height will be, right now I'm not going to write our height. So let's add our div again, and inside this div what I'm going to do is let's add our image and profile name, or maybe I need to add one div, and let's wrap this. Okay, so I got this. So now let's write a background color which is white, and let's write a margin top 10 pixel, or maybe 20 pixel. So let's write a margin will be 10, and a margin left. Let's delete this and write a margin left which is 20 pixel. So let's increase this width. Yeah, so now let's write a border radius which is 10 pixel. Let's import our profile image from image slash profile dot png. So let's give it a class name, and our class name will be post image. Let's copy this, and let's give it a width will be 40 pixel, height will be 40 pixel, border radius will be 50%. Let's give it style, and let's give it our display will be flex. Align items will be center, and let's give it a margin left. Let's give it a margin left, which is 10 pixel, and let's give it a margin left again. Yeah, so let's give it a p tag, and let's write a random text. Let's give it a style, so our text align will be star, and let's give it a width, which is 90% or 98%, I don't know. Let's write 96. Let's give it a margin left, which is 10. Let's write a margin top, maybe it's 0. Yeah, let's write one image, and I'm going to use the same image, which is this profile image. Let's write post image, or sorry for that, post images, and let's go back. Width will be 300 pixel, or maybe 300 450 pixel, and our height will be 450 pixel, and let's write our object will be contain. Now let's go back, and here I'm going to add one div, and inside this div what I'm going to do is let's add our image. Before that, let's add another div, and let's write a p tag and write a 100k likes, 100k comment is comments. Let's add one div again, and let's wrap this, and let's format this code. So let's write our display will be flex. Let's write a margin left, which is 15 pixel, or maybe 10 pixel. Yeah, so now let's import our like button. Let's import like icon from image slash, and add this, and let's import our comment icon. So let's import comment icon from image slash. Let's copy this icon, let's import our comment icon, and let's give it a class name, icon for post. Let's copy this class name, and I'm going to use the same class name here. So let's copy this, and let's go in our post css. and let's give it a width will be 20 pixel. Let's go here and write a display will be flex. Align items will be center. So what I'm going to do is I will just do the same thing for our comment. Okay, so let's write a margin left, which is 20. Yeah, so 20 would be enough. So let's go back and let's write a margin left, which is 10 pixel. So let's go in our text and let's give it a style. So let's write a margin left, which is 10 pixel, or maybe 6 pixel. Yeah, so let's write a cursor will be pointer. Cursor will be pointer. Yeah, so I'm going to copy this and paste it here. Yeah, so now let's copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Now let's go here and give it a style. So our display will be flex. Let's write our margin left, which is 50 pixel, or let's increase this and make it 90 pixel. So now what I'm going to do is maybe I need to decrease this text and I need to add a border radius for this image. So let's go in our code editor. Let's go in our post. Let's go in text. So what I'm going to do is I will just delete this from here. Let's delete this and let's save this and let's add a dot 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 dot. And yeah, so now let's go here and go in our image, which is our post image. Okay, so let's go in our post css and post image and let's write here I will just write a border radius, which is or maybe 10 pixel, or I don't know the exact yeah, so 10 pixel would be enough. So now maybe it's look pretty cool. So now what I'm going to do is I will just write some text after this profile name or username. Okay, so let's go in our post and in our user let's add one div, and inside this div I need to add grab this text and I will add another text, which is p tags, and let's write a FLL following by Simon. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is let's write a style. So our font size will be 8 pixel. Okay, so maybe 11 pixel. Let's write a text line. Start. Let's write the text align align start. Yeah, so I'm going to do the same thing for here. Let's write our text align, which is a start, and let's write a margin left, which is 10, and let's write a margin left. So I already have margin left, or maybe 13, or instead of 10 I'm going to add 5 here too. So yeah, so now let's add a color. Color will be has AAA color. Yeah, so now let's go in our post.css. So instead of 420 I'm going to add 380 pixel. Yeah, so now it's looked pretty cool. So now I need to add this like functionality and our comment functionality. So in order to do that, let's go in our post. So let's go here and add our like and dislike functionality. And in order to do that, what I'm going to do is let's write like and set like use state. And now let's write const and write count, and let's write a set count, set count, set count, and let's reuse a use state, and our default will be right now 0. Okay, so let's write our default will be 10, and let's so this is our like icon. So what I'm going to do is I'll just write it here. So our default will be this icon. Okay, so let's go in our like button. Where is our like button? Yeah, here is it. Let's write on click and handle like. Let's copy this and let's make a functions const handle like. What the hell? Yeah, so we need this. Now let's write if like is called to like icon, then what do we need to do? Let's write a set like, and let's import our another icon. So other like icon from image slash, let's find our image, and now let's copy this, and our set like will be this, else our set like will be our like icon. Like icon, yeah, and let's write a count, I mean set count, so count plus 1. Okay, so let's go here and write a set count minus 1 or subtract 1. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's copy this like and go in our image. Where is our like image? First let's find a like button. Yeah, here is our like button, and instead of like icon I'm going to add like. Okay, so if I click this, I got this another icon, and if I try to dislike this, yeah, so I can like this image and I can dislike this image. So let's write our count. Okay, so instead of 100k, what I'm going to do is let's write a count, and let's save this. And now we have 10 likes, and if I like this, so it's increased and it's become 11. And if I decrease, I mean dislike, it just decrease our 1 likes. Okay, so everything is done for our likes. So let's add a comment functionality. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do is let's write one div, and inside this div let's add our image. So what I'm going to do is I will just copy this profile image. So this is my profile image. I'm going to use this same profile image here. Let's save this. Okay, I got this. And let's write our username. Let's write our username. So our name will be Simon. And let's write our input. Yeah. So let's save this. And let's go here and try to give it a style. So let's write a display. Will be flex. Yeah. So let's go again. And align items will be center. Yeah. And let's go in our text and let's give it a style. So let's write a margin left. So margin left will be 10 pixel. Yeah. Or we don't need a 10 pixel. Maybe we can also write a 6 pixel. Maybe 6 pixel will be enough. Yeah. So let's go in our input and let's give it a class name, and let's write a placeholder, and let's write your thought. So let's give it a class name and write a comment comment input. So let's copy this and let's go in our post.css, and let's give it a width. Width will be 30 pc. Okay, so maybe we don't need 30 pc, or maybe we don't need this username. So what I'm going to do is I will just delete this username. Let's go in our post, and right now let's delete this username, and let's see. Okay, so 30 pc would be enough. So let's write a 20 or 25. Yeah, 25 or 26. Yeah, 26 would be enough. So let's write a margin left, which is 30 pixel, and let's write a border will be none. So let's go back, and here what I'm going to do is I'll just decrease this and make it 20 or 10. Yeah, so 10 would be enough. So let's give it a height 10 vh. Yeah, so 10 vh would be more for this. So what I'm going to do is let's write a 6 vh. Yeah, so 6 vh would be enough. So let's decrease this and make it 20, because we also need one button to to post our comments. So let's go here and write our button button, and let's write add comment. So let's give it a class name, add comment btn. So let's give it a padding 10 pixel, or we don't need 10 pixels, so let's add a 5. So let's write a border will be none. So let's write a background color will be black, and let's write our color will be white, and our border radius, which is 10 pixel, or let's write a padding 7 or 9. Yeah, so 9 would be enough. So let's write 6. So let's give it a margin left, which is 10 pixel or 30 pixel, 36 pixel, 39. So yeah, so let's write a cursor will be pointer. Yeah, so Now what I'm going to do is when I write something here and if I click this, we need to see, or we need to show this message below this comment input. Okay, so in order to do that, what I'm going to do is let's go here and let's make a fake use ID. So here, in order to do that, what I'm going to do is let's write a const and let's write a comments and set set comments. Let's write a use state, and use state will be array. So let's write a const and comment. Now let's write a const and add a comment. So let's write our user user ID. So this is our random user ID because we want to add comment in our applications, or we want to add a comment feature in our application, because this I just make a fake data of our user. When we do a backend side, then we will add a real data, but right now this is our fake data. Just remember this thing. So let's write a random text. This is my fake ID, and let's write a user name, which is Simon, and let's write our com title, which is a comment, user comment. So now let's write a const comment writing, writing, and let's write a set comment writing, and let's write our use state. And what I'm going to do is let's go in our input and let's write on change. Let's write e and set what is our name of this set comment writing. So let's go back, and here I'm going to add a set comment writing and e dot target dot value. So let's save this, and our title will be comment writing. Okay, comment writing. So let's save this, and now I got a problem. Okay, so now let's do this, and now what I'm going to do is let's go in our add comment. Let's write on and write a handle comment. Let's copy this. Let's write add comment, and here what I'm going to do is let's write a set comments, and let's write a comments dot concat and write a comment. So let's save this. I hope it worked. I don't know. So before that, what I'm going to do is let's write console.log and our comments. Yeah. So let's save this, and let's open our inspect. Console. Now let's write this text and let's add a comment. Okay, so I got this comment here. Yeah, so this is my comment and our username. Okay, so everything is done. So after this div, what I'm going to do is let's write another div, and inside this div let's copy this and paste it here, and our profile name is this, and our username will be wait a minute, comments dot map items. Let's write item dot username, and let's delete this button, and let's delete this input. Instead of that, let's write a p tag, and let's write items dot title. Let's save this. Okay, so let's give it a style. So let's write a style. This play will be flex. Yeah, so let's write align item. Item will be, let's write align items will be center. So I didn't get my, oh yeah, so maybe I just write a title. So let's write a title. Yeah, so let's give it a style, and let's give it a margin left. Margin left will be 10 pixel or 20 pixel. So yeah, so everything is done for our comment. I can write another comment. It's like this, and if I click this, we got another comment. Yeah, so we can write a comment, we can like, dislike. So what I'm going to do is, right now I'm going to, so what I'm going to do is, when we click this, we need to show this comment box, and if we don't click this comment, we don't need to show a comment box for our user. So for that, what I'm going to do is, let's write a const so, or set so. So let's write a user state. Our default will be false. So write one div. Inside this div, I'm going to wrap these all. So let's format this code. And let's write so it's called to, or so is not is called to true. So it's called to true. Then what we need to do is, we need to put this, else we don't need to show anything. Okay, so our comment box was disappeared. Let's go back, and let's go in our add comment button, or let's delete this and only write add or post. Okay, so let's write a post, and let's go in our comment here, and let's write on click handle. So let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here, const. So let's write if so is called to false. Then let's write a const so, sorry for that, const so, and make it a true, else let's write a set so and make it a false. So let's click this. Okay, so I got this comment box when I click this. Okay, so maybe I need to add a little bit margin left for our post. So let's go in our post button here, add comment btn. So let's go in our css, Let's write a padding left, which is 10 pixel maybe, or 20. And let's write a padding right, which is 20 pixel. So I just sent a blank comment. Yeah, so this is our comment, all of this thing. So again, let's refresh this. Or instead of 20, I'm going to add a 40. Yeah, so now it's look perfect. So maybe I should increase our input. So let's write a width will be 24 and height will be, I'll just delete this height. Let's go in our post again, and here let's give it a style. So let's give it a padding, which is 10 pixel. Yeah, so I can write my text, I can send a comment, I can like. So yeah, so everything is done for our home page. What I'm going to do is I'm not happy because of this comment box, because it's look pretty ugly. So instead of this comment line here, I'm going to write in another way. So let's go in here. Let's write one div, and I'm going to wrap this profile name or profile image. Okay, so now let's give it a style. So display will be flex. Sorry for that. And our ALI align item will be center. Let's delete this display flex, and let's write a text align will be start. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is let's increase this margin left and make it a 60 or a 50. Let's write a margin top, which is 10 or maybe minus 20. Okay, so we don't need a minus 20. Let's add a minus 16, and let's write a margin left 54 or 55. Yeah, so in this way now it's look pretty cool. If I click this, yeah, so now what I'm going to do is after this p tag, let's write another p tag. I'll just copy this and paste it here, and let's delete this item dot title, and let's write a ply reply. So let's give it a margin top 10. Let's write a color will be this color code. So let's write a font size will be 5, I mean 11. Yeah, so let's go in our profile username, and let's write a font size which is 15, or let's write 20. Margin top, which is 10, or 6. So yeah, now let's click this and add a comment. This is the best post AV ever, and let's post this. Yeah, so maybe our this username is too big, so let's decrease this and make it 18. Yeah, so now it look perfect. Okay, now let's go and try to build our profile page. So in order to build our profile page, let's go in our app.js first, and let's do this. So now we don't have anything. Let's go in our page, and here let's add our profile. Let's write a profile.js. Let's write a profile.css, refc. Let's import our css, profile.css. Okay, so now let's import our navbar. Let's copy this, and let's go in our app.js. Let's import our profile page. Now let's save this, and let's go here. Okay, so I got this navbar. So let's give it a class name, and our class name will be profile container. So now let's give it a background color. So what I'm going to do is let's go in our app.js, and let's go in our home.js, and let's go in home.css, and this is my background color. So let's go in our home, not home, but go in our profile page, profile.js, and let's, sorry for that, let's add this background color. For now, what I'm going to do is I will add a height which is 100 ph. Okay, now it's look perfect. So let's add one div, and inside this div, what I'm going to do is, again, we need a three div. So first div for our profile details, second div for our post, and third div for our other things. Okay, so let's, what I'm going to do is I will just copy this, and let's change this name. So profile left side container. Okay, so after that, what I'm going to do is let's write a profile left bar. Let's write a profile left bar. Let's change this. Let's copy this and go here, and instead of left bar, I'm going to add a profile left bar. So I'm going to do the same thing for our right container. Let's write a profile right side container, and here let's write a profile right bar. Copy this, and let's write a profile right bar. Let's go here, and instead of right bar, I'm going to add a profile right bar, and I'll do the same thing for here. So let's write a profile right bar. Let's save this, and instead of right bar, what I'm going to do is let's write a profile right bar. So let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. Okay, so let's go in our profile, and let's write a profile left bar. So let's go back. Okay, so I need to write a profile right bar. So let's go in our profile again, and let's write a profile left bar. Okay, so I got a problem in CSS. Okay, so because I need a small letter, yeah, so I got this. So let's go in our profile again. So let's give it a class name. Class name will be profile sub profile container, sub profile container. Let's copy, save this and copy this, and let's go in our profile CSS, and let's go in our home page, and let's copy this, style, because I'm lazy, guys. Because of this, I just copy everything. So let's go in our profile. So I'm going to paste this style here. Okay, let's go in our profile, and let's write a main post, and let's write a pro profile right bar. Yeah, so now let's change this left bar. Let's delete these every, sorry for that. Let's make it full size first, and let's delete this. Yeah, so we just delete this, and now let's write one div inside this div. So let's write a one image, and let's write one p tag, and let's write a summon. So let's write our image. Okay, so I got this image. So let's give it a class name. Class name will be profile image. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's go here and give it a style. So let's write our display will be flex, align items will be center. So what I'm going to do is let's go in our profile image. Okay, so we don't have this style. So what I'm going to do is let's change this and write a profile page image, and let's go in our CSS. Let's delete this. Width, which is 60 pixel. Let's write a border radius, which is 50%. Okay, so I need to cover image here too. So what I'm going to do is I will just copy this image, and let's paste this here, and profile page COV cover. Let's go in our CSS. Let's give it a width, or let's delete this border radius first, and let's give it a width, which is 300. I don't know, or let's delete this margin left. So let's give it a height. So maybe we don't need this 300. So what I'm going to do is let's add 200 or 250 or 260. I don't know, or 70. Yeah. So let's write 160 or 100. So let's write an object feed will cover. Yeah. So let's go in our profile image, or let's go here, and now let's go to style, and let's write a margin top. Margin top will be 20, I mean 10, minus 10 or minus 30. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I will just change this image, and instead of image I will add image 1 or image 2. Okay, so we also need to add our height here. So let's add a height, which is a 60 pixel, and let's write an object fit will be cover. Yeah, so let's give it a style, and let's write a margin left, which is 10 or 6. Let's give it a margin top, which is 10 or margin top, which is 20. So let's go in our CSS, and instead of white, what I'm going to do is let's add a background color which is black. And let's go here and let's write a color which is white. So let's give it a one div, and let's wrap this username, and let's write a p tag, and let's write a software developer. So I'm going to copy this style and paste it here. Okay, so let's write a line item or text line. Text line will be start, and write our text line which is start. Let's write a margin top which is minus 20. Let's write a font size which is 11 or 18 or 16. Yeah, 16 looks pretty cool. Let's go in our profile page image. Let's go in our profile page image, and let's write a margin left which is 10 pixel. Yeah, go here, let's write one div, and inside this div let's write a p tag, and let's write profile viws views, and let's write another p tag, and let's write a random text. So let's give it a style. So let's write a display will be flex style. Let's write a color which is white. So let's write a justify content will be space between, and let's write a margin left, and let's write a margin right. Let's write a font size 14 pixel, and I'm going to do the same thing, which is font size 14 pixel, or maybe smaller than that, 12. Let's write a margin top which is minus. Okay, so margin top will be 12 or 15 or 17. Yeah, so 17 would be enough. Let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here again. Let's write a margin top which is 30 or 20. Yeah, and here instead of profile, what I'm going to do is let's write our friend is friends. Again, let's copy this and write our user bio. Let's delete this from here, and let's delete this text, and let's write our random text. So this is my bio, and let's write a text line will be start. Let's write a margin left which is 20 pixel, and let's write a margin right which is maybe 10 or 20 or 20. Yeah, so 30 would be enough. So margin top 10, and maybe I need to change this p tag and make it a h5. Okay, so where is my text? Yeah, so here what I'm going to do is we have this margin right. Instead of 20, what I'm going to do is I'll just write a 10, or maybe 14, maybe 8. Yeah, so margin right 8 will be enough, would be enough. So now what I'm going to do is let's write a UHR. So let's give it a style. So border, I mean, let's write a margin top first. Margin top, which is minus 10. So I'm going to do the same thing for here. Let's go here, and let's write a margin top, which is 40 or maybe 30. And let's go here and do the same thing here too. So let's write a 20, and maybe what I'm going to do is I'll just delete this, and let's save this, and instead of 20 I'm going to add a 10. Yeah, so our bio looks pretty cool now. So let's write our button and write edit bio. Let's give it width will be 100%. Let's give it a padding top, which is a 4. Let's write a padding bottom, which is 4 again, and let's write a your the border will be none, 7, and let's increase this and make it 7. So let's write a background color. So maybe we don't need this UHR because it's look a little ugly because of the this line. So let's what I'm going to do is I'll just delete this UHR. Yeah, so now it's look nice. Let's go here and let's delete these all the code. So let's go here, maybe we can also add a color for this text. Okay, now let's scroll. Maybe like the black color, I feel like black color isn't suitable for this application. So let's go in our profile here and let's give it a white again, and instead of white I'm going to add a black. Let's add a black. Let's add a black. Let's add a black. Let's add a black. 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 Yeah, so rather than black, white color is more suitable for this application. So let's write a p tag and write your friends, friends friends. Maybe we can use ES3. Sorry for that. We can use ES3. Yeah. So let's add one div. And inside this div, what I'm going to do is I will just add on another div, and let's add our image. And here I'm going to add our p tag. So before that, what I'm going to do is let's add our p tag. And here what I'm going to do is let's write FRIEN friends, and add another p tag, and see all. So let's give it a style. So our display will be flex. So let's write a justify content. Let's write a space between. Yeah, so let's go here and give it a style. So let's give it a margin left, which is 10, and let's write a margin right, right, which is 10. right. Yeah, so let's add a color. Color will be this. Yeah, so after that, let's add our image. So I have already imported these images, so let's use this image. Oh yeah, I don't care, man, I don't care. Okay, so I got this big image. So let's give it a name, which is Dan. Again, okay, so let's give it a class name. So our class name will be FRI friend image. Let's go in our left bar CSS, and let's give it a width, which is 60 pixel, or maybe 70 pixel. So our height will be 70 pixel again, and let's write object will be cover. Let's write a border radius, which is 10 pixel, maybe a or 90. Yeah, so let's delete this style because we don't need this style right now. So you can see here the white color because I add a height in this profile container. So what I'm going to do is let's go in our profile page. Yeah, so here is our profile page, and let's delete this height. Now let's go in our profile left bar. Let's give it a style. So our display will be flex. Now let's copy this, and let's write a flex wrap will be wrap. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is let's give it a style. So let's write a margin left, which is 10, or maybe flow. Let's copy this style, and I'm going to paste it here and here. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is maybe we need to decrease this friend image. So let's go in our CSS, and instead of 90, what I'm going to do is I'll just add 80. Yeah, so now what I'm going to do is let's write a margin left, which is 5. Now let's give it a style for this our profile name. So let's write a margin top. Margin top would be 10, minus 10. Okay, minus 10 would be more for this, so maybe minus 4. Yeah, minus 2. Minus 2 would be enough. So let's do the same thing here. So I'm going to copy this style. Yeah, so let's change this name. Okay, so let's change this image. So let's copy this image again, and I'm going to paste it here. And let's add 6 and image 7. Okay, so we don't have image 7, so yeah, so we can use image 4. Okay, so image 4. Okay, so now this is our friends, this is the profile details, and this is our post. I mean, this is our post. So let's go in our right side, and here I'll just make some of the changes. So let's go in our right bar, profile right bar. So before try to give a style for our right side, what I'm going to do is I will just restyle this text. Okay, so let's go in our profile left bar, and in our user bio, let's add text line will be star, and let's write our margin left 10. Okay, now it's look pretty cool. So now let's go in our right side. Okay, so let's go in our profile right bar, and I'll just delete this text from here. Yeah, so these are the text. So now what I'm going to do is let's add one div, and inside this div let's create another div. So let's add a, but before that what I'm going to do is let's add a h3 friend reque friend request. So let's add one image, image 1. Okay, so I got this big image. So let's give it a class name. So our class name will be friend or friends image. Let's copy this, and before that what I'm going to do is let's add a name which is rain. Want to make you friend is friends. So let's copy this. Now let's write so what I'm going to do is let's write width which is 70 pixel, and our height will be 70 pixel, and let's write an object feed will cover. Yes, so let's write a border radius. Let's write a 10 pixel, or maybe let's write a 60 pixel. So I will just decrease this and make it 60. Let's go back, and here let's add our display will be flex. Yes, so let's go in our p tag, and here let's add our text align. Align will be star, and let's write align items will be center, and let's write margin left, which is maybe 10. Yeah, so let's go in our text and let's write margin left. Let's copy this and I'm going to paste it again. Yeah, so now let's go in our right container. So instead of right container, what I'm going to do is let's write a profile right container. Yeah, so let's write a overflow will be hidden, and overflow y will be scroll. So now we got this scroll functionality. So now what I'm going to do is let's increase this height and make it 34. Yeah, so let's go back, and here I'm going to change our image. Instead of image 1, I'm going to add image 2, and let's add here image 5. Yeah, so let's change this name and make it Jan. Okay, so now this is our friend request. So now what I'm going to do is let's add a cursor will be pointer, cursor will be pointer, and I'm going to copy this and paste it here and here. Okay, so inside this div what I'm going to do is I'll just grab this div and I'll paste it here. So now what I'm going to do is let's add one div again, and inside this div what I'm going to do is I will just add two button. So 1 or 2. So let's add a CCE accept and add the en what deny. Let's write a display will be flex. So let's save this and let's go here. Wait for a second. Yeah, so we got this accept and deny button. So here what I'm gonna do is let's write justify content, justify content will be space around. So wait for a second. Yeah, so it's space around. So let's go here and give it a style. Oh, sorry for that. Give it a style. So our padding left will be 30 pixel, padding right will be 30 pixel, padding top 5, and padding bottom will be 5. So let's add a border will be none, and our background color will be black. Our color will be white. So let's save this and wait for a second. Yeah, so I got this. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy this style, but before that what I'm going to do is let's add a border radius which is 10 pixel. So let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. So yeah, so everything is done for this. So now what I'm going to do is, let's delete this to div, and let's copy this and add to div again. So let's see. So yeah, so everything is done here. So let's change this image again. So instead of image 1, I'm going to add image 5 and image 3. So let's save this. So let's go back. So I get a problem. Image 2. So let's save this. Yeah, so now let's refresh this. Yeah, so I got this. So everything is done for this. So let's go in our main post, home, and let's go in our profile. And in our profile, what I'm going to do is, let's go in our main post. Okay, so where is our main post? So this is our main container. So I'm going to copy this and paste it again. So now let's write a profile main post container, and here let's write a profile profile, and here let's write a profile profile. Let's copy this name, and let's copy this CSS, and I'm going to paste it here. And instead of a main post container, what I'm going to do is, let's write a profile main post container, and let's copy this and let's paste it here. So now what I'm going to do is, let's go in our profile, let's delete this post, main post. So let's import profile main post. Let's save this and let's go here. So yeah, so it worked absolutely fine. So let's go back in our profile main container, and let's add one div, and after that let's add our image. So this is our cover image. So let's import our image. Cover image from image slash, let's write a profile dot png. So let's copy this. So let's give it a class name. So our class name will be profile cover image. So let's save this and let's copy this. So now what I'm going to do is, let's paste it here and give it width. Width will be 92%. Here, so let's write a border radius. Sorry for that. Let's write a border radius which is 10 pixel, and let's give it a height. Height will be 24 vh or 20 vh. Yeah, so let's write object feed will be cover, and let's write a margin top which is 20 pixel. Yeah, so Now let's go back. Here I'm going to add a p tag, and let's add not a p tag but h2, and let's write your profile. So let's give it a style. Let's give it a margin top, which is maybe minus 40. Let's add a color which is white, and text align will be start. Let's write a margin left which is 30 pixel or 35 pixel. Yeah, so maybe a margin top would be 43. So I think everything is done in our profile page. So yeah, so everything is done in our profile page. Let's go in our app.js, and now what we need to do is let's install our React Router DOM. So let's search here React Router DOM 6, React Router DOM 6, and let's copy this. If you are using a yarn, then let's write yarn and React Router DOM 6, but if you are using a npm, then just copy this as it is and paste it into our code editor. And then also for that, then let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here again. Let's copy this, and I'm going to paste it here. And now let's delete this. Let's remove this, and let's write our home. Let's copy this, and let's write a profile and our user ID, and let's write our profile. Let's save this, and now let's go back and let's try to refresh this. Okay, so now we are in home page, and if I type a profile and this is random ID, then it's okay. So let's go back and let's go in our home page or navbar, and now what I'm going to do is here after this image, what I'm going to do is let's add our link from our React Router DOM, and let's add to profile slash I will just add a random ID. So right now I just add a random ID. When we build our backend API, then when we connect backend and frontend, that time we will use a real user ID. So wait for this video. So maybe this word is capital. Now let's make it small, and again, now let's refresh this. Okay, so again, so maybe I got some of the problem. Okay, so it just worked. Yeah, so it just worked. Now let's give it a profile, and yeah, so now it worked. Let's try again here. Okay, so let's when we add our link, we just saw error. So let's go in our app.js, and here I have problem because I just add this profile or home because of this. Maybe I got a problem because of that. So yeah, so if I click this, So I'll just retarget to our profile page. And yeah, so everything is done for our front end part. So we have this home page, we have this profile page, we can accept a friend request, and we can like, comment, we can see the notification, we can explore and see the photos. Yeah, so everything is done. So in our next part, what we are going to do is we will make a backend side, which means we are building an API for this social apps